Let's stop romanticizing a 10K a month goal like it's some magical mountaintop, because the truth is, it's just a math equation. And once you understand the math, actually attaining the goal becomes a whole lot easier. Instead of some random monetary goal, you have real action steps that you need to take to get there. So if you're ready to stop chasing random tactics and start building a real business, listen up. In this video, I'm going to break down the math that you can use to step your way up the mountain to that 10K per month without any of the guesswork. You will learn the different pricing methods that work best in order to reach your goal in the fastest way possible. And I'll even be showing you how to manage those clients in order to get the most out of your time. If you implement what I'm about to tell you, your approach to business will change forever. And let's just say that your bank account will thank you as well. But real quick, there is something very important that you need to understand before I break down the tactics. Look, as someone who knows what it feels like to hit that consistent 10K a month income, I want to level with you. It feels like freedom, like finally being in control. But for a lot of coaches, it also feels impossible. And believe me, when I was just starting out, I went through my fair share of struggles reaching that goal. For the longest time, I struggled to get there. And that was for one simple reason. I wasn't given the proper roadmap on how to actually reach my goals. Sure, I can manifest it and believe in myself, but my systems weren't aligned with where I wanted to be. But the hard truth is that income goals are not motivational, they're mathematical. That's why you need to stop focusing on the monetary goals that you have and start to move your attention towards the actions and systems that are going to get you there. Once you know how to break down your offer, structure your pricing, and engineer monthly recurring revenue, you will never feel stuck again. So let me show you the real 10K a month formula that I've used to help hundreds of fit pros crush their 5-figure monthly goals. Let's dive in. Step 1 is to pick a pricing model that aligns with your offer. Before we can talk about hitting 10K a month, we have to get clear on your offer and your pricing. Most new coaches slap a price tag on their service without thinking about capacity, deliverables, or scalability. Let's talk through the most common pricing structures. $80 a week. This is very common for basic accountability coaching or fitness check-ins. You need 31 clients. $297. This is great for mid-level group coaching or hybrid delivery. You'll need 33 clients. $997 for a 16-week transformation program. You'll need 10 clients a month paying in full. $2,000 premium package. You need just 5 clients a month. Now you might be thinking, which one should I pick? Well, I have some good news for you. They all work, so you don't need to just pick one, but I do have some recommendations so that you can get the most out of your time. The best way to do that is by blending these models. Here's an example of what you might have as an offer stack: a mid-ticket group coaching offer for recurring income, a few high-ticket clients to spike your monthly cash, and maybe even a low-ticket evergreen product to fill your funnel. The real power comes from choosing based on your bandwidth, your expertise, and your audience. But before you make this choice, you need to understand something very critical about pricing models before you move forward, which brings me to step 2. Monthly recurring revenue is your baseline salary. Here's what most coaches don't realize. If every month starts at 0, you're not running a business, you're just surviving. Every month you're chasing to get new clients, trying to eat. Monthly recurring revenue changes that. It's your business's base salary. It's the amount of money you can count on every single month, even if you take a week off, even if you don't get new clients, even if somehow social media just shuts down, you know you can rely on this money coming in. That's why I push my clients to build an MRR base of at least $6,000 to $7,500 a month. This gives you breathing room. It covers all your expenses and it creates emotional stability, which directly impacts how you show up in sales. So you want to walk into every month already at 60 to 75% of your income goal. Then you can stack on full pays, upsells, and new clients like toppings on a pizza, not the crust. Okay, great. But how do I actually do this? Well, first, let's talk about it. Step 3, the 80-20 client payment strategy. Here's how this breaks down in the real world. Roughly 80% of your clients will pay you via monthly installments. That's a good thing. It feeds your monthly recurring revenue, or MRR. The other 20% will pay in full, and that's where your spike comes in. Let's say you sell a program for $1,500. If 4 clients paid monthly at $500 a month, that's $2,000 in monthly recurring revenue. If 1 client pays in full for $1,500, that's a total of $3,500. Now imagine that happening 3 to 4 times a month. Your base covers the bills, your full pays fund your growth. The beauty of this is predictability. Most coaches are riding emotional roller coasters because they haven't built payment diversity in their model. And speaking of diversity, that brings me to step 4, using incentives to drive full payments. If you want more upfront cash, you have to reward the behavior. That doesn't mean deep discounts or begging for pay in fulls. It means simple, compelling reasons to do it. For example, if your offer is $297 a month for 6 months, that equals $1,782. But you give them a discount if they pay in full at $1,497, saving them $285. So frame it like this. If you pay in full today, John, you save a month's worth of coaching on me. Or throw in a bonus like an extra one-to-one call, a private onboarding session, or lifetime access to a bonus resource. It positions you as professional and generous, not desperate. Before you go run away to start implementing this, you need one more piece to bring it all together. And that's step 5. Map out your capacity and client load. This is the math most people skip. Can you actually serve 33 clients at once? Maybe, maybe not. That's why higher pricing often makes more sense. It protects your time. It's more scalable and allows for you to work with less clients while making more. So let's break it down. Can you deliver one-to-one coaching for 10 to 12 clients at $1,000 to $2,000 each? Can you layer in a group model for 10 to 15 more at $297? Can you automate a low-touch program for volume at $80 a week? Suddenly, your client load is strategic. You're not just chasing numbers, you're designing a business that fits your lifestyle. Now you have everything to hit 10K a month predictably and reliably. What happens after that? Good question. Step 6, scaling beyond 10K. Let's talk the future. 10K a month is your first real milestone. But what happens after that? Once you've built your monthly recurring revenue baseline, you can scale 3 ways. 1, raise your prices, because once demand increases, value increases. 2 is add leverage. Turn those one-to-one into group build systems and outsource delivery. Finally, launch new tiers like a VIP day, retreat, a course, and of course, a back-end offer for them to continue after their initial 6 months. This is how you go from chasing clients to curating them. You get to choose who you work with, how, and when. That's when you go from income to freedom. If this video clicked for you and you're sitting there thinking, okay, Eric, I know what to charge, but I don't know how to sell it consistently, that's where I come in. Inside my coaching program, we build this entire system. The pricing, the packaging, monthly recurring revenue growth, full pay strategies, and most importantly, how to get leads who are ready to buy. Because it doesn't matter how great of a pricing structure you have or program, if you don't have leads, it's extremely hard to make money. If you want my help building that 10K a month machine, check the link in the description below. Let's make your income predictable together, because the reality is you don't need more content. You don't need better luck. You need math. Once you understand how many clients you need at what price and how to structure your offer and cash flow, the business stuff stops feeling like a guessing game and starts feeling like a strategy. If this helped you, hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. And if you want to work with me to build your 10K a month foundation, you already know what to do. I'll see you in the next one.